people? Welcome back to another video. And today we're doing right. Sorry. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. And today we're doing the player ratings for the West Ham defeat. I'm here with Josh, and today we're going to be doing, as I said, the player ratings for the 2-1 defeats of West Ham yesterday. I'm going to start off with Hugo Lloris in goal. For West Ham's first goal, I thought it wasn't his fault at all. Like, to us, a few people were saying he should have came out and punched it, but I think the ball was too far away for him to come out. So I think that was Eric Dyer's fault. He did brilliantly to make the save. Other than that, he didn't do much wrong at all. The second goal, he had no chance. It was a great finish by Jesse Lingard.
There was that part at the end, part at the end where if it wasn't for, who was it who trapped back?
Sanchez, I think.
I think it was Sanchez. He would have conceded to Benrahma because he literally gave it straight to him. Yeah,
I was literally about to say that. He made this really dodgy pass right towards the end of the game, which nearly allowed Benrahma in. And this is when we were chasing the game, obviously. So obviously we're going to make mistakes trying to chase the game defensively. But as a rubbish pass towards the end, but overall he didn't have a bad game. I'd give him a 6 out of 10. Right. Moving on to right back Jaffe Tanganga. What would you give him?
I'd give him the same as Lloris. I'd give him a 6. It was obviously brought off at half time for Doherty, but I thought he was decent defensively. But we were quite weak around that right hand side. He kept getting dominated by Bowen.
I thought West Ham were targeting Tanganga quite often. I think they were getting 2 on one side with Bowen, and Fornal was attacking as well. So you kind of feel bad for him. And plus, he was thrown in the deep end against Man City, so it's hard to perform like being thrown in the deep end. But overall, I thought he had I think he was our best defender. So
yeah, but I think we brought him off because we couldn't really attack down that right hand side.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because with Doherty, like, he gets forward more. Tanganga hasn't got the balls yet to get forward, like, to be brave enough. You know what I mean? But he's still young and he's developing, so we'll give him a 6. Right, next up, this will be an interesting one. Eric Dyer. My word, can this guy get any worse? I mean, the weird thing is, like, the start of this season, he was actually really good. But it was
him and Alderweireld were brilliant against City and
like Chelsea, and we kept many clean sheets. But I don't know what's happened to this guy. Like, the first goal was his fault. Like, I don't know why he's leaving the ball. Like, because if anything, like, I know that Sunday League term, if in doubt, get it out. Like, he literally just leaves the ball. In terms of getting out, he lets the ball into a dangerous area.
It's a long ball.
Well,
how they scored it.
It was a good ball in from, who was it? Soufal was the right back. Yeah, something like that. I think it was him. It was a great ball in, but then again, Eric Dyer, I don't know why he's leaving it, and he expects Sanchez, because as we know, Mikel Antonio made it very difficult for Sanchez, and every time you're not going to get it right, so just head the ball out. But yeah, it's his mistake for the first goal, and to be honest, for the rest of the game, he looked shaky as well. Like, I think his confidence just went after the first goal. So another Eric Dyer shit show. I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10.
Oh, that's quite generous.
Oh yeah, no shit. Alright, so moving on to the other centre back, Davinson Sanchez. What would you give Davinson Sanchez out of 10?
I think he was better than Dyer, but honestly, he still wasn't good enough. I think it was his fault for the second goal. He let Jesse Lingard in. He did look comfortable on the ball, though. He didn't really make any mistakes, which is, it's standard for Sanchez. Sanchez is quite good passing. But so I'd give him probably. I think this is still quite generous, even though he was only okay. I think 6.
6 out of 10. Okay. Moving on to left back Sergio Reguilon. I think he had a very poor game. I think he did get fouled for the first goal. I admit that. I'm not trying to be biased.
If you look at it,
I'm not trying to be biased or anything. Like, I think he did get fouled, but I'm not trying to make any excuses. We lost the game simply as we weren't clinical enough. But I think it was a foul. But then again, Reguilon was quite poor yesterday, and but the thing is that he was still trying to get forward.
They did do well though. They stopped him from crossing the ball in.
Yeah. I thought West Ham dealt with him quite well, but then again, Reguilon was still trying to get forward, and trying to. And to be honest, his crossing was quite poor, and it's never usually like that. But I think overall he was just average. I give Regulon a 5 out of 10. Moving on to the CDM, starting off with Tongi and Ndombele. What would you give him?
I don't get why people saying, "Oh, he's been horrific," but I think he's been better than Højbjerg. I think he hasn't really been that bad. I think again he does. He's the only one that seems to try really when we're losing.
I see what you mean by I see what you mean by being better than Højbjerg, because Højbjerg has I'm pretty certain he's made a couple of like individual errors that
He
have led
should have.
to.
I don't know why he backs off. I can't remember who it was. He backed off. What's his name? And then Jesse Lingard went on to go and score. And then he made the to him. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, it was a bad mistake. Anyway, not on Højbjerg, not on Ndombele. I thought again today he did beat 3 players, which is I think normal for Ndombele now.
Yeah, like that's what he does. Like, he just glides through players. He just does what he does. But in my opinion, he's been quite poor since that Sheffield United goal. He hasn't been great.
Coming was good when he.
But then again, he was just okay for me. So what would you give him?
Give him I give him a 6.5 because I think he deserves better than Sanchez and Hugo because I think he would know.
Right, moving on to Højbjerg. I think he was one of his better games. I think recently he's been quite poor. He's given away a few stupid goals, like Everton FA Cup, losing the ball in the middle led to the equaliser.
Yeah, and then it basically led to
the Man City penalty. Like, I know it wasn't a penalty, or in my opinion anyway. But then again, he lost the ball. But today he was a lot better in terms of his, like, I guess, control on the ball. He didn't make any individual errors. I'd give him the same as Ndombele, 6.5. Nothing, not bad. I say not bad, but not fantastic. So 6.5. All right, moving on to the attack. Starting off with Eric Lamela. What would you give him?
I think people say, Lamela was okay. But he was our best player in the first half. I think before he got subbed off, he was really good. I think there was a play with Kane and he was running in and we counter-attacked. And he, I think he ran from our box all the way to the halfway line and passed it to him.
Yeah.
That was really impressive. I think Lamela, he just always, I think the only thing wrong is signature for Lamela. His passing is way too off.
No. I say with me for Lamela, he takes too long to release the ball. Like, he runs with it too much.
Yeah.
Lamela's
Lamela's a good player to bring on in like the last 10 minutes when you want to keep the ball and you're winning.
And
I think, even though he is a winger, but I'll give him for this game 7.5.
Okay. Right. Lucas Moura. We scored the goal. Great header from the corner, but I thought he was okay. Like, I think he was better than some of his recent performances. Like Man City, he was non-existent.
Yeah.
But today yesterday he was a lot better. And he was running at defenders. He was trying to make something happen, which is what I like from players like him. Like, he always gives 100%, same as Lamela. But then again, like, they have the same frailties. They both spend too much time on the ball, or they don't like release it quicker, if you know what I mean. But then again, I thought Lucas was okay. I'd give him a 6 out of 10. He was just pretty good. Like, he wasn't fantastic like a couple of other players we're going to get on to soon. But yes, I think 6 out of 10 is pretty fair. All right, moving on to Heung-min Son. What would you give him?
I thought Son was non-existent in that game.
And I'll tell you why. Especially in the first half. This first half, we were not using the wings at all. We were literally just trying to pump it through the middle to Kane or Ndombele. Ndombele was trying to get forward a lot. We didn't use Son's pace at all in that first half. So I kind of felt bad for him. But like, when he did get the ball, he looked decent on it. So what would you give him?
That free kick, I was like, you should just cross it to the back post, and he fucking drilled it at Fabianski.
But what would you give Son?
A 5.
5 out of 10, yeah. I think that's a fair reflection. Like, he didn't get in the game much, but when he got the ball, he was decent with it. And final player from the starting 11, Harry Kane. he should have scored. He should have scored today. Or not
You
today.
know what?
Yesterday.
That part at the end where he played it to Son when there was like I think Son was open when
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember what Ben hit the shot before Ben.
That
If
led to
he
the Bale
played that,
chance off the bar, didn't it? That
yeah,
led, that led to the
if
Bale
he plays
chance. It's
shot,
literally 3-on-1, and instead of shooting, he just plays it across the alley where Rice does great defending. But I thought Kane's decision making in the final third was quite poor. He had
I
a
thought
couple
if he played that
chances.
quickly to Son, I think that would have been a goal at the back post.
Yeah. He had a couple chances that he maybe should have scored. Like he was quite unlucky with them.
No,
But
they
then
were
again,
all
he was.
not really
But
like.
but I thought Kane was quite poor yesterday. I think I'm going to give him the same as Son, pretty average, 5 out of 10.
No,
Um,
no.
moving on to the substitute, starting off with Matt Doherty. What would you give him?
I think he tried to do that reverse, didn't he, for the goal, and it just didn't work, and it basically made us concede. So it's just Doherty, isn't it? It's just average. It's like
Mm.
he's just average. Walker Peters is a better right back than him.
I thought he did. I thought he tried to. I think he did like a lot better offensively than Tanganga. But then again, as you said, he tried that turn for the goal. It didn't work. But then again,
What is when Bale and him linked up, it was quite good.
exactly. Doherty has a good link up with Bale, like especially, and we saw that from Wolfsburg in the Europa League. Doherty got the assist for Bale's goal. Doherty played it for Bale to put it across for Son's goal. So Doherty and Bale have quite a good link up. But then again, I thought yesterday Doherty was just all right. So what would you give him?
Yeah, I'd give him a 5.
5 out of 10. Second substitution, Gareth Bale. By a long shot, our best player yesterday. Yeah, probably his best game in a Spurs shirt since he's returned in September. He literally, as soon as he came on, we dominated the second half, which was the whole of the second half because he came on for the whole of the second half. And although we conceded that goal right at the start, we should have scored at least 3 goals in that second half. Bale was the attacking player, and it's not like we usually rely on Harry Kane to provide us with
that goal for
the attacking player.
The goal, the cross to Moraba is brilliant, really.
Yeah. It was a good head by Moura, a good cross from Bale. He got the assist for Moura's goal. But then again, he looked a lot more powerful in terms of his running. He looked a lot stronger. He looked fitter. And he also scored what I would have said goal of the season. It was such an unlucky effort off the bar, first time. It's like I was watching prime Gareth Bale again. But yeah, he was brilliant when he came on, and I wouldn't start him in the second leg, but I would start him against Burnley on Sunday. So because the tie's already done, and they have to score 4 goals, Wolfsburger. So I give Bale a 9 out of 10. And moving on to who was the other subs? Oh yeah, Dele Alli. What would you give Dele Alli?
3.
3 out of 10.
He was not. He's basically our Lingard to Man United.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a top 6 player. He just doesn't care about the club anymore. I'm sorry, I used to love Ali, but it's like nowadays he's just. I think he just cares more about being a social media icon. He's such a big player because he plays for England.
What really frustrated me is that
he's gone away from him, really, and I think
what really frustrated me is that we're 2-1 down. It's in the 88th minute. We're chasing for a goal. Ali just needs to pass it to Son, and we've got a great chance. What does he do? He tries one of them stupid flicks again.
I hate about Ali. He never ever
so much.
When he won PFA Young Player of the Year and we came second, he never did that. In his first 2 seasons, he was like he had the desire, the hunger. He never wanted to make a perfect goal. It's like
he nearly scored. It was great defending really by Declan Rice. But then again, I thought he was poor. So 3 out of 10. I would agree on that. He offered nothing. He looked disinterested. And I think his time at the club is over unless he can somehow salvage it.
Lazy shit.
Right, and final one. This is for both of us. Jose Mourinho.
I mean, I think he was very unlucky that Bale didn't come on and change the game in the first half. in the second half because that was quite a good substitution because it got us back into the game. But I think for the lineup, you have to give him a 5.
Yeah, I was going to give him 5 for 2 reasons. The positive reason is that the substitutions. I thought all 3 substitutions were reasonable. Doherty to give us the extra, I'd say, attacking player going down the right hand side. Bale can provide us with magic, which he did. He just didn't find the net. And Dele Alli, obviously, to provide us with creativity. Maybe Vinicius could have worked because we needed a goal, but at the same time, that you can't blame the
thing with
substitutions.
Vinicius is more of a target man striker. He's not like a Harry Kane where he can get involved in the play and make something out of nothing. You have to put balls in the box for Vinicius.
Yeah, but you can't complain about the substitutions at all. And the downside with the lineup, like, I don't understand why you're not playing Gareth Bale. Okay, maybe he said like he didn't want to start because of his fitness, but at the same time with the defence, for Mourinho, you've got to have 2 centre backs that you're going to stick with for every single game because recently you've seen that he's constantly switching the defenders. It's Tanganga one game, it's Rodon one game, it's Dyer another game.
I don't think he trusts Rodon because I think he's seen Rodon's quite young and he's going to make mistakes.
Yeah, I'd say start Rodon.
The fullback though, I think that's why.
Yeah, because the thing with Rodon, like, I would have started him because West Ham are a physical side. They're a physical side that has scored many goals from set pieces, and obviously Craig Dawson's a massive threat from corners.
That's probably why he started Dyer, because Dyer is quite big and he can deal with players like that.
But then again, Rodon is like 6'3", so because the thing is, I would have put him there because of his height, but at the same time, I think Mourinho got the lineup wrong. I don't understand why you're starting Lucas at centre attacking midfielder. It doesn't work. He's more suitable on the wing. And plus, it's more suitable come off the bench as well. But 5 out of 10 is reasonable. The upside is the substitutions. The downside is the starting 11. But then again, because of 2 defensive errors, that you can't fully blame him for yesterday's defeat. But
if he shouldn't have picked, he should have put Alderweireld in there. And I think if Alderweireld played, I think we would have probably got we might have won. You don't know.
Yeah. But anyways, people, that is our player ratings for the West Ham defeat yesterday. Thanks, Josh, for coming on and doing these player ratings with me. Also to do with fan cams. If you want to come on for the fan cams for the Wolfsburger game, just let us know on our Instagram at the Hotspur News. Hope you guys enjoy these player reviews. And we'll see you next time.